What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. Hey guys, in this video, I wanted to look back at all of the LEGO Marvel helmet sets and compare them on price, on build, and everything like that. So thanks for clicking on this video, and be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, if you've watched my reviews of these individually over the years, it's no secret that I'm not really a big fan of these. So if you're a big fan, we're probably going to disagree, and hey, that's okay because that's what makes the world go around. But these basically start at $60 and work their way up to $80 as far as retail prices are concerned. So I just think that for $80, for example, with the Star-Lord helmet, these really could do well to come with an exclusive minifig each, or maybe be slightly bigger. I don't know, it's just hard for me to look at this for $80 and think for $20 more I could get the Quinjet from 2023, but this isn't a video just to like bash on the helmets. I'm just going into it before you invest too much time in this video to let you know that I'm not the biggest fan of these. So as we get into the comparisons, I am coming at it with that angle, and I just want to be honest about it before we get into it. So with that being said, let's start looking at the helmets a little bit more closely. So the first helmet ever released was the Iron Man helmet on July 3rd of 2020, and it stayed on store shelves until October of 2021. Now, I think that this one is okay. It's probably one of the better helmets of the four, if I'm being honest, but it's not without its flaws. You know, you can see that there are some, like, holes showing in the build. I had a little difficulty with the forehead, like, popping it into place, and I heard that some others had that issue as well. If you look here, you can see the ball joint pretty exposed right there on the cheekbone, but we did get this printed piece on the side here. The Iron Man piece is printed with the little display. And then, of course, it kind of set the precedent for how these helmets go. You know, they're built into the stand, and the stands are pretty much universal on all of these. They use pretty much the same build across the board, so this isn't the worst set ever. I mean, it retailed for $60 for 480 pieces, which made the price per piece about 12 cents. On average, it should be around 10 cents per piece, so 12 isn't too bad, and it's okay. It's not my favorite set ever, but it's an okay model for what it's trying to represent, I think. The next helmet we got was the Carnage helmet. Now, this retailed for $60 with 546 pieces. That made it 11 cents per piece in this case. This was a Target shared exclusive, so you could only get this at Target here in the US, as well as the LEGO store and LEGO Online for the rest of the world. And it's a pretty nice model. I mean, it definitely looks a lot like Carnage, but I think some of the issues with the Venom and Carnage helmets is they only look good from certain angles. Like, it looks really, really good straight on. I think the side profile is okay, but when you look at it here, the jaw really hangs down forward. You can kind of see the line here. That being said, the Carnage nameplate was printed on this one, and then, of course, we've got stickers on the eyebrows, the forehead, and the sides of the head. I don't so much mind the stickers because I think it really helps bring out a lot of the detail, but I think if they were going to do stickers, they might as well have just stickered up the whole sides and maybe even the back and just gone all the way with it. But it's not the worst model of the lot, and I do think it's pretty good overall, but when you look at it from certain angles, it definitely looks better than from other angles. I also really like what they did with the jaw here because, like the Iron Man when we looked at, the ball joints are hidden a little bit more into the build. Oops. So it's a little bit easier to justify that. But yeah, overall, it's a solid build, and I do like this one a lot. The Venom head came out about a month after the Carnage helmet, so this came out April 26th, 2021, and as of this video, it's actually still not retired, so this is one of the longest running LEGO Marvel sets ever because of that. Kind of interesting feat there, but this head is a lot more basic than the Carnage helmet because it doesn't require any stickers, which is definitely nice because, of course, we've got the name plaque printed at the bottom, and the rest is just a solid black build. Now, there's not really much you could do with Venom's head because he just kind of has a black head with white eyes and all the teeth, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but you know, because it's all black, it's a little difficult to justify the price because this one was $60 at first, and now it's $70 thanks to the price hike that LEGO introduced last year. So, you know, it's tough to say if this one's worth it because the price hike went up. The tongue is a cool addition. I do like that. You know, I'll put the Carnage helmet next to it so that you can see a lot of the design is basically exactly the same, from the eyebrows to the way the eyes are designed. Everything is pretty much the same. Carnage even has a hole in here where you could put a tongue in there, but Carnage didn't come with a tongue, but Venom did, of course. So it's just kind of interesting. Give them both a quick 360 spin. A big difference is this 4x4 plate piece right here. That's different on the two because this one requires a sticker. But other than that, it's basically the exact same build on both models. One other thing that Venom has going for it is if we lift him up, you can see that there's like all kinds of green ooze inside of his mouth. It definitely works when you twist it from different angles. You can see it's kind of like dripping like saliva, and it's actually dripping out into the bottom of the set because it's built into the base here with that green ooze saliva. So that's kind of gross, but for the Venom character, it makes a lot of sense. So I like this one a lot. It's just a bummer that it's basically all one color, but I do like that, you know, the mouth has a lot more color and really helps this one pop. And in April of 2023, we get the Lego Star-Lord helmets release. And this one is, man, I just have such a tough time with this one. Remember, the Iron Man helmet was $60, the Venom helmet was $60, then the price raised to $70, and the Carnage helmet was $60, but the Star-Lord helmet is $80. So it's the most expensive of all of them. If you look at it next to the Iron Man helmet, it is basically the same size. It's like maybe 2 studs shorter in terms of height or whatever. It's a very, very similar, you know, scale to the Iron Man helmet, but I don't think that it justifies the price hike all the way to $80. No way. Now, I've heard some people say, oh, well, it's because of the, you know, drum lacquered gold, it drives the price up. The Iron Man one had more drum lacquered gold pieces and bigger pieces than the Star-Lord helmet, so that just doesn't hold up. A big point where the price came in are that the eyes and this mouthpiece here are printed pieces. Those definitely require more from Lego to make that happen, but I just can't get behind this one at $80. You know, if it ever goes on sale and it's more in the $60 to $70 range like the previous models, that would be a lot better, but I'm just not a big fan of this one. Now, there is a big empty space in the helmet. They decided not to give him hair, but I think they left some open studs here so that if you wanted to mock it to have hair, I think you could obtain that. But because of that empty space, you could go ahead and put like some cups, or use it as a cup rather, and put some pens and things like that in there. So it's nice that of all the helmets, this one actually has a little bit of functionality, but overall, I'm just not a huge fan of this model. I think if it was in the $60 to $70 price range, I'd like it a lot more, but it's just hard for me to get too excited about it because of that. Well, guys, that wraps up our comparison of the helmets. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below, and if there are any helmets you think Marvel should make in the future, be sure to drop a comment and let me know that as well. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.